When one thinks of Africa, what images come to mind? Perhaps it is the vast, sun-drenched plains of the Serengeti, or maybe an acacia tree, black against a blaze of sky. These are just brushstrokes on a canvas of astonishing diversity. Africa is not a country. It is a continent of immense proportions. Imagine the USA, China, India, and Western Europe together. They fit inside Africa, with room to spare. From the Sahara's ocean of sand to the Congo Basin's humid green lung. From Kilimanjaro's snows to the searing Danakil Depression. Here flows the Nile and spreads Lake Victoria, the largest tropical lake. 54 nations, each with its flag, its government, its identity. Ancient traditions coexist with burgeoning modernity in the very cradle of humanity. Africa is, for many, synonymous with wildlife. It is a last great redoubt for magnificent megafauna, a living theater where the dramas of survival play out daily. Herds of elephants cross ancient routes, their rumbles resonating with the land. Lions rule with complex social bonds as intricate as our own. From savanna to swamp, life explodes in forms and colors. Consider the okapi, the elusive forest giraffe, unknown to Western science until the 20th century. Or the shoebill, motionless for hours, hunting lungfish with a beak like a clog. Here lives the fastest land animal, and the largest, the African bush elephant. Tiny sunbirds glitter in sunlight, while Nile crocodiles lurk below. Madagascar stands apart, over 90% of its wildlife found nowhere else on Earth. In Namibia, beetles harvest fog, ingenious life in a thirsty land. Yet pressures from people, habitat loss, and poaching mean conservation is a race against time. Beneath ancient soils lies a trove that powers the world economy. Africa leads in precious and strategic minerals. From Botswana to the Congo, mines yield stones of rare size and quality. South Africa holds vast platinum and chromium, vital for converters and steel. The Copperbelt feeds global wiring, industry, and infrastructure. Gold hubs continue an ancient West African legacy. Coltan links Central Africa to the digital age in every pocket. Oil and gas, offshore and inland, promise immense revenues. But abundance can be a double-edged sword, fueling corruption, conflict, and stark inequality. Landscapes are scarred, water poisoned, communities uprooted, artisanal miners risk life and limb. The challenge: manage resources sustainably and equitably, so wealth reaches the many, not the few. Africa is a continent of profound contrasts, opulence beside hardship. Often, wealth and want exist side by side. Cities grow fast, telecoms, banking, and retail expand, startups attract global capital, yet millions still lack clean water, electricity, sanitation, and health care. In rural areas, subsistence farming hangs on the weather. Poverty's roots are tangled, historical injustice, instability, and global inequalities. Resource gains often pool at the top, straining the social fabric. Solutions demand strong institutions, clean governance, and investments in education and health. From mobile banking to grassroots sanitation, ingenuity opens new paths out of poverty. Empowered communities and women-led enterprises drive a complex story, not of despair, but of struggle, innovation, and hope. Africa's heartbeat is heard in its music. From West African polyrhythms to soulful Ethiopian jazz, the continent moves to many tempos. The Kora and Mbira sing with sounds both ancient and timeless. Today, artists fuse roots with global grooves. Afrobeats fill stadiums. Burna Boy, Wizkid, charting worldwide. Amapiano rose from townships to global dance floors. Alongside music, Nollywood powers a cinematic revolution. Vast output on tight budgets. Stories resonate across Africa and the diaspora as new auteurs win acclaim from Senegal to South Africa, from Ouagadougou to Carthage. Through music and film, Africa entertains the world and tells its story. In its own voice, on its own terms. In modern Ghana lies the ancestral home of the Ashanti, a culture steeped in tradition and profound symbolism. At its center stands the golden stool, a sacred emblem of the nation's soul. Legend says it descended from the heavens into the lap of Osei Tutu, never to touch ground, never to be sat upon, carried like a monarch beneath a grand umbrella. It symbolizes unity, strength, and continuity of the Ashanti people. Gold-fueled art and culture. Kente cloth speaks in color and pattern. In 1900, when a governor demanded the stool, Ya Asante Wa led resistance, and the golden stool was never captured. Today it endures as a potent symbol of resilience and cultural pride. The Dahomey Amazons, Nanonmiton, our mothers, were an all-female elite. Backbone of Dahomey's army, bound by celibacy, fiercely loyal to king and to one another. Trained to endure pain, scale thorns, and wield muskets and blades with deadly skill. Organized in strict ranks with specialized battlefield roles. In the late 19th century they charged into modern fire. A ferocity that stunned Europe, though outgunned. Their legend endures, a testament to the strength and agency of African women who defied convention. No honest story of Africa can ignore the deep scar of the transatlantic slave trade. For 4 centuries, countless men, women, and children were seized, shackled, and crammed into ships for the Middle Passage. Populations were decimated, communities shattered, fear and instability entrenched. Firearms traded for captives fueled cycles of war among African states. Forts like Elmina and Gorée stand as solemn witnesses and places of remembrance. Many argue the trade altered development, seeding instability later exploited by colonialism. Across the Americas, the African diaspora built new cultures, carrying trauma and a resilient spirit. Confronting this past honors the millions lost and helps us understand its living legacy. In 2025, a new story is being written. Resilience, innovation, and potential. The world's youngest continent, more than 60% under 25, surges with energy and creativity. From mobile healthcare to renewable power, homegrown solutions scale. Creators in music, film, and fashion take African culture global. A new generation demands better governance, transparency, and fairer shares. Climate change, jobs for millions, and strong institutions remain formidable tasks. From slavery to colonialism to post-independence struggles, Africa endures and innovates. The future won't be linear. It will be as diverse as Africa itself. Expect leaps forward and setbacks, told in an African voice. The world now sees a vibrant, dynamic, essential partner in our shared future. The sun is rising on a new day for this magnificent continent.